President Donald Trump has decided to move the inauguration indoors. Let's read his statement. It's quite extensive. We are here in the Imperial Capitol right now, by the way. January 20th cannot come fast enough, President Trump writes. Let's put this up on screen so the audience can read along. The breaking news. January 20th cannot come fast enough, President Trump writes. Everybody, even those that initially opposed a victory by President Trump and the Trump administration, just want it to happen. It is my obligation to protect the people of our country. But before we even begin, we have to think of the inauguration itself. The weather forecast for Washington, D.C., with the wind chill factor, could take temperatures into severe record lows. There's an Arctic blast sweeping the country. I don't want to see people hurt or injured in any way. It is dangerous conditions for the tens of thousands of law enforcement, first responders, police canines, and even horses. Pause. President Trump cares about animals. And hundreds of thousands of supporters that will be outside for many hours on the 20th. In any event, if you decide to come, dress warmly. Therefore, I have ordered the inauguration address, in addition to prayers and other speeches, to be delivered inside the United States Capitol Rotunda, as was used by President Ronald Reagan in 1985, also because of very cold weather. The various dignitaries and guests will be brought into the Capitol. This will be a very beautiful experience for all, and especially for the large TV audience. We will open Capital One Arena on Monday for live viewing of this historic event and to host the presidential parade. I will join the crowd at Capital One after my swearing in. That's kind of cool. So he does the swearing in, then he'll go indoors at Capital One Arena immediately after as President of the United States. That's a really beautiful touch. All other events will remain the same, including the victory rally at Capital One on Sunday at 3 p.m. Doors open at 1 p.m., so please arrive early. And all 3 inaugural balls on Monday evening. So I know there's a lot of emotion surrounding this. This is the right move. President Donald Trump would be blamed if somebody got pneumonia or frostbite. Look, I'm here at the Imperial Capitol right now. It is no joke cold right now. And I grew up in Chicago, so I know cold when I experience it. And you're going to have people from all across the country that are Trump enthusiasts, young kids that are coming. No. President Donald Trump has an obligation to the people of this country, and you got to do the right thing. You got to do the right thing, moving it indoors. Also, for his safety, given the events of what happened on July the 13th and also what happened, almost did not happen, praise God, because of divine intervention at the golf course in Palm Beach, was happening outside. So President Donald Trump will be delivering the first inaugural address indoors since 1985. But honestly, what difference does it? What are we, getting greedy for the aesthetic? We have some of the greatest aesthetics from President Donald Trump in history. We have McDonald's. We have him rising after he got shot. We have him with the garbage truck. What are we trying to get greedy for a visual? No. You can have a great visual. Barack Obama had a beautiful visual. So help me God, terrible presidency. No, we are going to have a great presidency and also a beautiful visual as well inside the Capitol Rotunda. Now, this decision, I'm sure, was not made easily. You know the logistics that happens? I mean, just to be clear, this does not make Charlie Kirk or Turning Point's life easier. We have hundreds of people that are coming in that we're getting tickets and seating. And so my answer is, well, maybe we can get y'all into Capital One Arena. And everybody's going to be safe. Everyone will be happy. And together, make America great again. That's President Trump's statement. But look, President Trump has an obligation to the people of this nation. This is not playtime right now. And I think moving indoors is the right move for the president's safety and also for the safety of all of his supporters. Deborah writes, freedom@charliekirk.com. Charlie, big fan, so relieved that the ceremonies have been moved indoors. Worried at luncheon too. Had a feeling he had still great danger for those assembled. Gratitude for security for this change. Watch and stay alert. Now, to be clear, this is not because of security. I just want to be very clear. Deborah says, Charlie, I'm so glad for his safety. This makes me feel a lot better. Although some people are going to want to be happy, he made the right, or not going to be happy, he made the right decision. Pam writes, this is further proof to me that God is guiding events to protect President Trump and others away from evil plots being planned against him. a concern many have expressed, frigid weather. So email us, freedom@charliekirk.com. We want to hear about you, hear from you, and hear about what you are thinking. But look, what's going to happen after he says, so help me God? Bring the thunder, shock and awe is what's going to happen. On Monday at high noon, 12 p.m. Eastern, President Donald Trump will go down after J.D. Vance. Vice President goes first. J.D. Vance takes the oath of office. Then President Trump takes the oath of office. And from that moment, he starts signing. And the American Renaissance begins. We have one long weekend to endure. We have one more weekend to get through. And it's going to be drill, baby, drill. No tax on tips. No men and women's sports. An immigration shock and awe. Mass deportations. And by the way, if you are a cartel member, I have a message for you right now. If you are a cartel member illegally domiciled in the interior of the United States, if you are a cartel member that have been smuggling kids into this country, if you are an illegal that have been stealing wages and stealing Social Security numbers, you better enjoy your last weekend of safety and comfort. This is the last weekend that you have safe harbor and amnesty. Because on Monday at high noon, you are not going to be protected by the federal government. Monday at high noon, you are going to be open for a deportation effort. Monday at high noon, for all of the evildoers that have brought in fentanyl and guns and drugs and smuggled in human beings, this government will find you, they will identify you, they will extract you, and they will deport you back to your country of origin. If you are a bad hombre in the Sinaloa drug cartel, if you are part of Tren de Aragua in Aurora, Colorado, get comfy for one last weekend, but start packing your bags, because right on high noon, it's going to be Tom Homan, soon to be DHS Secretary Noem, help orchestrated by the brilliant and the legendary Stephen Miller, but executed at the top by President Donald Trump. The day of the mass invasion comes to an end declaratively, us being the dumping ground of the third world. So enjoy one last weekend. Enjoy it. You've had 4 years to be able to do whatever you want. But right now, if you are making your way up in a caravan from Nicaragua or Guatemala, you're not going to get entry into the United States starting on Monday at high noon. And starting on Monday, the new golden era begins. And also, might I remind you, it was a different time. The 9th president of the United States, I think it was 9th, William Henry Harrison, the shortest serving president in American history, was inaugurated in very icy Arctic conditions. He gave the longest inauguration speech ever, and he also had the shortest term because he died of complications of pneumonia a few short weeks after being inaugurated. David helped write that email to us. William Henry Harrison. Reminded me of William Henry Harrison. Longest inauguration speech, shortest I think he only served 33 days or 40 days as president, and died of pneumonia. It's not something to play around with here. President Trump, you want him for 4 good years. Let's not play games, everybody. And honestly, who cares? Play it safe. We've had a very eventful 2024. We need Trump healthy, Trump strong, and we need his signing hand strong. We need his signature to be ready. We need President Trump's signature to be precise, because he's going to be doing a lot of signing, a lot of reversing, a lot of deregulating, a lot of deporting, a lot of pardoning. President Donald Trump, with his legendary signature, needs to be safe and ready to go. And he has a phone, too. And a new American era of dominance starts on Monday at high noon.